Hey guys, it's your girl Chris. This right here is a little bit different. We're gonna do story time, or I just wanted to tell y'all about something that's been going on in my life. That's been really troubling me, I should say. Um, I have been in Arizona for 14 years. Okay, a little bit backstory. And I once was a person with no kids to fast forward about 9 years ago. Um, have two kids. So I guess I wanted to say that I'm from the Midwest. Just to be, a little transparent with y'all. I've been here, like I said, 14 years. And I grew up culturally just different. It was probably a more diverse culture than where I'm at here in Arizona. Although I did have my kids here, they are born here. I'm divorced now, and I'm living life as a single mom of two children. What is happening is that I'm starting to see for myself, because it's okay for me to have a bubble, right? And I can, before they were in school and, of school age, I, worked and, had my home life and everything was okay, right? And then, you get outside of that is once your kids have to go to school, you can't just ignore signs. It's you can't ignore it anymore, right? Your kids are like, Mom, I'm having this problem, that problem. Like, oh, Lord, we all go through it. I guess my problem is that I don't think that, and moms chime in that maybe this may not be, a good place to raise my kids. I'm at the point where my oldest is 9, my youngest is 6, and I'm just like, maybe this is just not where it's at, I'm gonna give you a little story, a background. So I moved in this area, in the Goodyear area last year. So I bought this house like a year ago. And so from living in the whole side of town to this side, so considered like the West Valley, I found a school last year and I was not happy with it. So what I did was one of the other moms was telling me like, hey, it's this school. It's really good, So I was like, let me check it out because I'm not happy with this school. So I went over to the school and they had like what's called parent night. And I talked to the principal. She's like, oh, yeah, bring your kids here. We're going to get them straight. They'll do well here. That's kind of the idea she gave me. So I'm like, cool. I'll let them finish out their last school year at this school. And then, boom. So beginning of the year, everything is going pretty good until I'm realizing things aren't really going good. Like it's really just not going well like I would have expected. And I understand it's a different curriculum, but at the same time, I was not privy to the fact of like, it's just kind of like a accelerated, real fast program. And even with that being said, the principal had told me that they would make sure that the kids, they have programs, make sure the kids are caught up, no worries, they won't be left behind, all those type of things. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm getting these progress reports probably like a month ago, and I'm like, oh my God, okay, my kids are honor students, like, they're really smart. So, I mean, everybody thinks that, but I was just thinking like, they really are smart. Like, what's going on? So, go to the parent-teacher conferences. They're saying this, that, and the other. Oh, well, maybe it's because of this. Everything. I'm like, so what are we going to do about it? That's my thing. Like, we got to figure it out. And there was no figuring out. There was no figuring out. Okay, it's been just back and forth with the staff members. It's been this riff, this raft, to where it is now, which is not good. So when I say that, just like I'm not happy with like what's being done, what can we do to make things better? It's just not been good. So I'm at a point of like, okay, I guess this is not the place or the school for them. So we'll have to figure out the next thing to do. But I guess I wanted to say that even with that being said, I've had my what I've said, the communication with the principal at this Goodyear school. And the fact of the matter is that even if when we do decide to move forward with another option, my first grader had a field trip. Okay. And I told the principal, I said, listen, my daughter, you know, she has like anxiety about like different things. She's at a stage where she just like a lot of things scare her. And she prefers me to be with her, you know, to help her, you know, on something. Like she really wanted to go on a field trip. She was like, Mommy, can you go? And I wasn't going to go. I was like, oh my God. But yeah, I'll go because you really want me to go. So I tell the principal, I said, hey, I'm not on the list or anything like that, but I'm going to attend the, you know, the field trip with my daughter. And she said, okay, well, they don't let any outsiders out other than the chaperones, but what you can do, she said, is, you know, make sure it's okay with them. So I said, okay, cool. I'll call the place myself. So I called like last week and they said, oh yeah, no problem. As long as you pay at the front, you're fine to go, this, that, and other. So I emailed the teacher. I said, they said I'm fine to go. I'm the principal. You know, so she said, oh, okay, I didn't know they let people, as long as if they weren't chaperones, come. I said, okay, well, that's what they said. Okay. So I didn't think nothing of it. So I got up, took them to school, and I was like, okay, let me get ready, go up there. All of a sudden, I got a teacher coming at me. I got this one coming at me saying, oh, no, they said you can't be here. What? Because at this point, I didn't see my baby and grabbed her hand like, hey, baby, you know. Oh, no, they said you can't be here. The principal's on the way. I said, I automatically took up offense because I communicated with the principal. And then I also talked to it was at a pumpkin patch in Glendale. And I talked to them as well to let them know that I'd be coming outside of the chaperone. They said, as long as you pay at the front, you're fine. So after that happened, basically she's coming up. She said, oh no, they said you can't be here if you're not a chaperone. I said, that's not what was being said. I called them. Oh, well, who did you talk to? So you really came here to try to check me and make me look stupid and tell me that I got to go home after we communicated? Because, you know, I'm not like I'm, you know, but I'm educated. So I'm not just, I see you playing a game with me. You mad because whatever you angry about. And now you're going to try to make a fool and tell me that I need to leave or something like that. I said, no. I said, my daughter needs me to be here. Then she even got to say, she said, well, what are you going to do? You're going to just take her? No, that's the easy way. You want me and my daughter to leave. We're not leaving. My daughter's going to enjoy the field trip. And what I'm going to do is so they was like, so what they were trying to do, she had the staff basically lying. So the one lady said, she said, oh, well, you said that she could come. And she said, no, I said they said she couldn't come. Like they had their story all mixed up. She was trying to mix it and she was walking with me. And when I got to the front, she started trying to say, well, they said you can't be there, so leave. Like I was going to leave. I said, baby, I'm not leaving. I've already arrived. Okay, first of all, I'm holding my daughter's hand. She wants me here. I already talked to them. I talked to you about it. And now you trying to see if I can be put out. So finally, like, well, as long as you pay, you can come in. So they wouldn't give me the discounted rate. The staff was like, well, as long as they're okay with you being here, we're okay. But she basically had the staff like try to say I couldn't be there. So they almost had the staff like lying for her to say like, oh, you can't come unless you're a chaperone. But I was like, you know, that's not what was said. So I go up to the front. They're like, well, you have to pay the $20. So not the $12 that you told me. Okay, got it. So I paid the $20. It is what it is. My baby is sick. She want me to be here. But you could just tell the energy was really, really weird. They were just like all looking at me kind of funny. Like I said, the only communication that I have had regarding our experience here so far is the principal. So you didn't make all these other people feel some kind of way. Like what kind of professionalism is that? So I kept it smooth because I'm, you know, I have a child that's looking up to me. So I just had fun, but deep down I was really hurt. I was really hurt that I could not even if things didn't go well in this situation. My daughter is still enrolled in this school. So you mean to tell me that I can't, you know what I mean, after we talked? But these women, these people at this business was okay. They was okay to lie for her. And so that's the indifference that I have experienced here in Arizona. So when I said that, I don't know that this will be a place for me and my daughters. Like I can't raise them in indifference like that. I didn't grow up like that. So I don't know if they can do that because I can't have them in that. You know what I mean? It's just too much a difference. Then I saw mothers that I seen at birthday parties just 2 weeks prior that go to the school just had their nose like Didn't even speak. I said, oh, okay, it's a whole clique. So y'all, if the principal don't like me, then y'all all don't like me. It's like a whole clique. Okay, I got you. You know what I mean? So that's kind of what it was. And it kind of let me know, it's just like, maybe this just really ain't, and maybe it ain't no, you know what I'm saying? Because I can't do, no, because it's, like I said, my bubble is different than they bubble. My bubble is just me handling my business every day, working, whatever I have to do. But my kids, I can't, you know what I mean? I can't make them feel good about how they being treated and mistreated or felt left out or part of. So I guess I just, wanted to just, really, I'm going to say vent, but tell my story. I've been here 14 years. I'm raising two girls, two beautiful little girls. They are sweethearts. And I feel disappointed that in today's time, we all go through it. And I know it's just my story, is that it's just that like that. You know what I mean? I mean, they were all just like turning their nose up. The principal don't like me. You don't need to be here. And this other teacher came up to me and said, no, she said you. I'm like, who are you? I don't even know you. So then even at that point of, a few hours later, she comes back up to me, this teacher, and she says, are you okay? I said, you don't have to speak to me at this point. You did what you did earlier and made me feel very, like not belonging and unwanted. Even though I had spoken with your principal and told her I would be attending. And she said, as long as the facility was okay with that, the pumpkin patch place was okay with it, which they said they were when I called, then it was okay. So why even do that? Because you wanted to do this. You felt some kind of way and you thought you was going to get rid of me, but you can't get rid of me. You couldn't get rid of me because I did all the primary steps to do. You tried to get the company to lie and say that they didn't know if I could be there. And it was just that, and my baby's looking all like, what's going on? Crazy enough, though, I hate to tell y'all this, but this isn't the first time, not this type of situation, but certain things like this has happened to me. It's happened to me for other things too, not regarding so much me, but me too, but most like just with my kids and just a division. And, I just need to vent. I just said, she even tried to ask me after all that, well, who did you talk to? Like I was lying. Like she was going to try to call me out on the lie. Well, who did you talk to? I'm like, I talked to somebody on the phone. You didn't say nothing about who I talked to. You said, okay, well, as long as that is, but you decided today to try to, or you probably already knew what you was going to do. But I had did my homework way before you was even thinking about what you was going to do. So I knew I had already done my proper procedure to find out if I could come or not or what I was going to do. So, it just, it's telling of what really is. It's my first time raising kids. Okay. I guess everybody's like, oh, we all going through something. I'm just saying that to say is that it's just as my experience. I just thought that I see what y'all think about it. Like, are y'all, are you in this area and you struggling? Because I'm just like, I can't make them feel good. I can only do so much. And I don't want to try to guard them from the real world of, being mistreated and unwanted and, discriminated against or whatever it is. I, can only do what I can do, and just show them the real and be transparent and be strong as I can. But I stood up for myself. I held myself down. It was an uncomfortable feeling, but my baby was happy at the end of the day. So, if you feel strongly about something, whatever it is, hold on to it. She had so much of a plan that she was going to have me leave. And then once I got to the front, she was like, oh, well, basically once I got up to the front, I still had my daughter's book bag. She was still like, oh, well, they not accepting people once I got up there. I said, what are you talking about? So she just was going to say, just go ahead and go. Girl, you ain't about to dismiss me like I'm a fly or something. Like she was walking around looking crazy the whole day. But, and even got the company to lie for her. A business, an establishment, to sit there and lie. Because it could not be anything telling them that I could not be there. But they were just like, oh, well, as long as she's okay with it. Like, what does that mean? So, anyhow, that's my story time.